I wanted to give my personal experience of working with clients, and some of the clients that I've worked with have had concussions, and I like to share some of the experience from a neuroexercise perspective on what I see that help the client with these exercises, and these exercises they have benefited from having a concussion. So what I've seen is there's kind of a timeline of about 3 different types of clients that come in who have concussions. One, I see the length of time being like not as that long, about 4 to 6 weeks of working and doing neuro exercises. I see another type of client that's probably about 4 to 6 months, and then I see another client who they've had multiple concussions, and working with them has probably taken 6 to 10 months. Again, some of these cases, some of these clients that you work with who've had chronic conditions, it's sometimes going to take time to get them better. The first thing that I look at with these clients and the clients who've had concussions is I look at their balance, and I want to see, most of the time you're going to see the client that when you put them in a balanced position, so you put their feet narrow, hands at the sides, you now close their eyes, it's a normal balance test, you will see that they will move backwards. So their brain and nervous system is perceiving that they're falling backwards. What usually happens, that's synonymous with their eyes being very dominant down. So the first things I either do with the client is I'm looking to see, can they handle exercises with their vision, where they're seeing a target, okay? Or do they need to have exercises where their eyes are closed? So that's the first thing. So if they can have their eyes open, I usually move their head. I have them look at a target, and I have them move their head forward, right, while they look at a target. Very simple stuff. If they can't handle the vision, the next step is I'll probably do the same exact exercise, but I'll have the client close their eyes, okay? If they can't handle moving the head, but they can handle visual exercise that they can see using their visual system, I'll have them use tracking exercises either up to the left or up to the right, depending on what side they shift to in their balance. Because usually when you do the balance test, they'll move back, and they'll often have a shift either right or left. So an example is, if they shift left, I'll have them track up to the left. If they shift back and right, I'll have them move their eye tracked up to the right. The next progression that I probably will do is I'll put the client in my virtual, once I find we can move their head, then eventually I will get a little more exercise and a little more, a little deeper into the exercise, and I'll have them use my virtual reality vestibular exercise app called Activator. And in Activator, I could add different backgrounds, like I could change the colors of the background or change the colors of the target. A lot of times I see that green is a very favorable color, especially when their brain and nervous system is really firing extremely high, and you want to calm that system down. And I'll use green colors, bigger targets, slower speeds, and I might combine more than one motion. So meaning I might have them move here, or I might have them move like a combination of forward and rotating and forward to isolate one specific ear canal. So I might do that. And again, I do slower speeds at first. Then I might increase the reps with the virtual reality increase the speeds, and then from there, I'm gonna progress to my eye movement app called Optimizer. And in Optimizer, I could start to do things that I can target the frontal lobe, and I can exercise the frontal lobe much greater. And I could do that in a couple different ways, because there's 7 different parts to my eye movement app called Optimizer, and I might use about 2 or 3 of them in different ways to target the frontal lobe. In addition to that, I'm trying to exercise the vagus nerve, which resets the parasympathetic nervous system to calm the brain and nervous system down. And at the same time, I might use my breathing app called Regulator, and I might progress to there to either humming, or I might progress to using a TENS unit that stimulates the vagus nerve through stimulating the tragus on the ear clip, using an ear clip which exercises the tragus. And I might do that. And once I could get the vagus nerve and the parasympathetic system and eventually the frontal lobe, these clients do very well with that. And usually the client who we could create a balance, and that balance usually helps them a lot. From the concussions, the biggest thing is the length of time. And in addition to that, some of the clients you'll see with a lot of neck tightness, you'll see balance, coordination, attention, focus, which is attention, focus, short-term memory is all frontal lobe. So with all that combination, and again, my specialty is designing the specific program for each client for what they're experiencing at that time.